Hi everyone, it's Di here from Di's Den and welcome to Wowza Wednesday for April. Well, I know it's getting a bit late in the season for doing this, but here is this little Easter thing. Now I made some of these, like 30 of them, to take with me when I went to on stage last month in March. And I gave them out not with Easter on there, they just had yum written on there. So these are tiny and they open up like this. You push that out and it holds, in this case, a little Easter egg. So I've actually done this one just to show you, and I did it because of some of the ladies on stage, because I did these as swaps, said, oh, I'd love the tutorial for that, the little recipe. So, but I can't remember where I saw these. So if you are watching this and you're saying, oh, that's my recipe, please let me know, because, you know, I just can't remember who I saw these from. So they just pop out the side. You just push your thumb onto the little side and push them out. So they're a very snug fit. There's nothing in this one. So this was my very first one. So it is a snug fit, and that's the way it's supposed to be, so that it stays in there nicely. So I've done one with an Easter egg, and I've got some Easter eggs here. So we're going to do another one with Easter eggs. So let me put them Easter eggs out of the way. And I'll pop them out of the way, and I'll show you what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to use these adhesive back shiny sequins here. These pink ones. I don't think it tells me the colour of them, does it? No, but we're going to be using those pink ones. Now, sorry if I sound a bit yucky. I've had a dreadful cold and I can't seem to get rid of it. So I'm going to be using this Rest, Relax and Enjoy before it finishes to treat yourself on it. And then this set, which I don't know if I put the date in here. It doesn't look like I did put the date in this one, which is a shame. I usually do. And we're going to use the Happy Easter, so that's celebrating you. So I'm going to be stamping with Melon Mambo. That's wild pink here. And this is all you're going to need. Now, isn't that really, really enough? This bit is my bit for stamping my piece on the front, and we will cut that out together. So I'll go through all the bits. Now, you will need a piece of card for the main box that measures 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. Then you will need 2 pieces of designer series paper that measure 1 5/8 by 1 5/8, and another piece that in white to stamp on, treat yourself, in white. This is 1 5/8 by 1 5/8. If you don't want to put a stain inside, you just can put 3 pieces of designer series paper in there. For the outside, the wrap, this piece measures 5 7/8 by 1 3/4, and we have 2 pieces of designer series paper. Now I've put W on the back. Yes, a W on the back of them. Looks like an M from this angle. And this is because these measure 1 5/8 by 1 11/16, which is the next little notch up from 1 5/8. So it's just that tinsy wincy little bit bigger, as you can see. Look, if I put those 2 pieces together, that's how much bigger it is. Just that wincy little bit. So you just have to be careful when you're cutting out that you keep one lot separate, or, as I've done, I wrote a W on the back so I knew that they were the wrap ones. Okay, and that's all you need, and a little bit of scrap just for your Happy Easter or whatever you're going to put on the front. So I just think this is a really great idea. They take 5 minutes to make, really. The longest part will be cutting out, but I made 30 of them to take with me over to on stage and gave them out. So that's how easy they are. Oh my goodness, excuse me, I didn't mean to drop my board on the floor. That wasn't very clever, was it? Okay, let's bring in the scoreboard after dropping the poor thing on the floor. Okay, so we're going to score this square piece, which is the 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I don't have my score tool. Where is it? Oh no. Oh, it's still on the floor. I didn't even see that drop down there. Oh no, clever. Oh. Okay, so we're going to score this piece at 1 3/4 inches on all 4 sides, and we're going to use a small ball because this is cardstock. So 1 3/4 inches, turn 1 3/4 inches, turn 1 3/4 inches, oops, turn 1 3/4 inches. So while we've also got this here, we are actually going to just put, I'm using our pencil if you want to, or you can use your stylus. At the 2 5/8 mark, we're just going to put a little mark at the top there, and then we're going to turn it 180 degrees, turn it around, and put another little mark at the 2 5/8 mark. So we need those 2 little marks there for in a moment. So now we're going to pop this in here in our board and score on the diagonal. Now I've got a mark down the middle of my board here, as you can see, right down the middle here on the 6-inch mark. So I'm going to pop that in the 6-inch mark there and the 6-inch mark there, and then we're going to score this on the diagonal from that corner right down to that first where that joins to the middle square, and then the same on the other side. So you missed the middle square out altogether, and then we're going to turn it around to the next corner, and we're going to do exactly the same again. So we're going to score down to there, and making sure that's nice and straight down to there. Now if you feel more comfortable doing it each one from the top, that's fine, there's no big deal. So we've got all these score marks, so we've got our squares, and then we've got 4 diagonals. So we're going to pop this out of the way, and we're going to bring in, keeping our stylus, and we're going to bring in our ruler, and where we've got these little marks top and bottom, we're now going to score again from that little mark down to that same corner again. So we're going to put a little triangle in that section there. So we've got a triangle in that middle section. So we're going to turn it all the way around, and we're going to put a triangle in the top one as well now. Or the bottom one, whichever way up you wish to call it. It doesn't really matter. And once we've done that one, we'll do the other one. So once we've got that, we have now got triangles on 2 ends and 2 that are flat with nothing in them. So we get rid of these little marks on the ends here, and we're going to just bring in our trimmer now. Bring it the right way, and we're going to trim. I'll bring in my stylus so I can show you, from this corner here to this corner here. So we're cutting off half of this square across on a diagonal. So we're going to do that there. So we're going to bring that in and line that up so that it's there and there in the... So we've cut that corner off, so we've got just a corner like that. And we're going to do that on all 4 corners. And one more. So now we've got like an octagonal shape piece of card, and that's how it's going to look. So we pop that board down there, and we're going to now fold and burnish all these score lines. So we're going to start with, excuse me, I need to just wipe my nose a little bit. These ones that are straight, I've got to just get a tissue, hang on. Oops. I spent all day yesterday in bed, so that's how bad I was with this cold yesterday. Hubby went out for the day, and he came home and he said to me, "Are you still in bed?" And I went, "Yes, I'm still in bed." So once we've done that, we're going to do these ones on these cut corners. So we're going to then fold those in like so. And we're going to do this one. This one. this one, which one haven't I done? Oh no, I've done them all 4 of them. So they are going to be inwards. So this is how it's going to look like this. Okay, so now we're going to do these ones. They'll be going in the same. So these will be mountains and these will be valleys, or vice versa, whichever way around you are making it at this stage. Like so. So once we've got, sorry about that, my card just ran out. So we have come to this stage where we have our piece all cut and we've all scored. So we have mountain folds for the straight ones and valley folds for all of the diagonal folds, which means that when you bring it together like this, fold it in, and I don't know if I've already gone through this, so I'm going through it again. Fold that one in and bring that up, fold that one there and bring that up, and you get that triangular shape. But so before we get to there, we're going to put our bits inside here. So let me get our pieces. These are our pieces that measure 1 5/8 by 1 5/8. Now I've got 2 pieces of designer series paper. It's good if you've got designer series paper that doesn't really have a direction. And my other piece is white, so I'm going to do my stamping on my white piece, which says treat yourself. So I'm going to just pop that onto the piece in the middle that goes just there like that. So we're going to close that up for now. We'll do our other bit of stamping in a minute. And we're going to glue these on. Now let's hope that my glue is working. Because it's been really weird weather here. I mean, I'm actually doing this video, believe it or not, right at the very end of March, so that I could get this done. And it is still summer weather in autumn. Very summery warm. So we've got that bit there like so, and our last piece in the middle on our other flat side. Like so. So we can pop that one out of the way now and just leave that on the side like so until we do our other piece. So we're going to bring in those 2 pieces and pop up there. And we're going to bring in our scoreboard again. We'll see if we can't not drop it on the floor this time. Okay, so we're going to score this piece. I'm actually going to score it on my other board. I'm going to score it on this board because I've got a funny measurement in the middle. So we're going to score this one at 1 13/16. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 is 3/4 of them an inch. And it's 1 little notch past that. So we're going to score that at 13/16. Then we're going to score this at 3 5/8. So that's a normal measurement. I could have used my scorer here, couldn't I? I don't know why I've got that one. Okay, and then the last one is at 5 7/16. So we've got 2, 4, 6. So that's 1 little notch just below the halfway mark. So we've got 1 13/16, 3 5/8, and 5 7/16, which gives us this tiny little tab on the end here. Okay, so we're going to fold and burnish all of this all the way around. Like so. And then we're going to turn it with our tab at the top and put our 2 pieces of designer series paper on the 2 bottom ones here. So one that goes there, and then the other one, making sure we get it the correct way around, will go in the middle there. We want this one flat because with nothing on it. You could put something on it if you wanted to, but that's so that that's the bottom of the box. Okay, got to bring that over a little bit so I can see what I'm doing of. Middle bit. And our next section here, like so. Okie dokie. So once we've got them on, we're then going to turn this box over because it's easier to do this before you actually glue this so that you can see where you're going. And we're going to pop glue along this tab. And bring that across and glue that into place. Making sure that it lines up along this edge here and along each side. So we don't get any bits hanging out the edge or anything like that. So we can squish that down nice and tightly like that. And because we've got that one flat, we know that's the bottom and this will be at the back. So we're going to pop that on one side for a minute and we're going to, stamp out Happy Easter. And we can trim this down to suit ourselves then. So we've got our Happy Easter there. Now this piece of card was actually 1 3/4 by 2 1/4, but I don't really need it that big, so I'm going to trim that off. I'm going to use my trimmer because I can't cut straight for toffees. Whoops. Let's see. I'm the worst person for cutting pieces of card really straight. I really am. Okay, so we've got that piece done there. So we're going to use some dimensionals, and I've only got little ones here because all the big ones are gone and I can't find any more, so I don't know whether I've run out or whether I've put them away somewhere. So I'm going to pop that on the front like so. I'm pretty sure I haven't run out. Pretty sure I've got some somewhere, but where would have to be the magic question. Okay, so we've got that and we know that's nice and tight now, so we're going to pop out little tree in the middle and we're going to fold that up like so, and very carefully. Now this is going to be tight, but that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be tight. Maybe not this tight though. There we go. Get the bottoms in and then it will slide in and it's really, really snug. But that's how it goes and that's how it's supposed to be. Let's pop our little thing on the front. There we go. We'll pop one of these larger ones just on the side here, like so. And that's our little treat box. What do you think? It's so cute. I love it. Now this measures like 1 3/4 inches by just 1 7/8 of an inch. So it's 1 3/4 inch high, wide. And I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's great for little fates. It's great for kids to take a little Easter egg to school for kids, if they do that sort of thing. I'm not sure because not having any. And you just got to let people know that instead of pulling it apart, just to push it out the side with your thumb and it will come out. And you've got your little treat inside, and in your box you can put anything in. You could put a bracelet in there, you know, a ring if you're like, will you marry me sort of thing. So I don't know about you, but I think they're a gorgeous little thing and they're great for Easter as well as any other time of the year. So if you've enjoyed today's project, I'll pop them up like that so you can see. Excuse me. Please feel free to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. If you'd like the written tutorial for this, head over to Diane Furniss for stamping, crafting and tutorials. The tutorial will go live on exactly the same day, exactly the same time. So whatever, if you're watching this a few months down the track or a year down the track, don't worry, because it will be whatever the date is, that's where you will find the written tutorial for this. So if you've enjoyed this, I'd love you to join my team. I'd love you to give me some feedback, and I will see you on Sunday with another project. Bye for now.